Difficult Conversations, How to Discuss What Matters Most by Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen 1. How can I separate the issue from the identity of the person involved in the conversation? 2. What are the strategies for reframing and shifting focus to find common ground in difficult conversations? 3. How can I actively listen and seek to understand the emotions and concerns behind the words being spoken? 4. How can I manage my own emotions during difficult conversations and respond effectively and constructively? 5. What are the principles of collaborative problem solving and seeking mutually acceptable solutions? 6. How can I practice self-awareness and emotional intelligence in my communication style? 7. What communication habits or patterns do I need to change to improve my effectiveness in difficult conversations? 8. How can I apply the concepts and techniques from the book in real-life situations? 9. What can I learn from difficult conversations and how can I use those lessons to improve my communication skills? 10. How can I apply the principles of the book in various personal and professional settings to achieve positive communication outcomes? 1. Difficult conversations, conversations that involve sensitive or challenging topics, such as conflicts, disagreements, or emotional discussions that require careful handling and effective communication skills to navigate successfully. 2. Emotions, the feelings and reactions that individuals experience in response to different situations, which can influence their thoughts, behaviors, and communication during difficult conversations. 3. Interests, the underlying needs, concerns, or motivations that drive the positions or demands expressed by individuals during a negotiation or conversation, which may be different from the stated positions and require exploration to find common ground. 4. Positions, the specific stances, opinions, or demands that individuals express during a negotiation or conversation, often based on their interests, but may be rigid and unyielding without further exploration. 5. Win-win solutions, solutions or agreements that benefit all parties involved in a negotiation or conversation, allowing for mutual gains and satisfaction, rather than a win-lose approach where one party prevails at the expense of the other. 6. Common ground, shared areas of agreement, understanding, or shared interests between parties in a conversation, which can serve as a foundation for resolving conflicts, finding solutions, or building rapport. 7. Reframing, the process of shifting the perspective or framing of a situation or issue during a conversation to view it from a different angle or in a new light, with the goal of finding common ground, understanding different perspectives, and exploring mutually acceptable solutions. 8. Active listening, the practice of fully focusing on and comprehending the messages, emotions, and nonverbal cues of the speaker during a conversation, without interruption or judgment, to demonstrate empathy, understanding, and promote effective communication. 9. Collaboration, the cooperative effort of working together towards a common goal or finding mutually acceptable solutions through open communication, active listening, and shared decision-making. 10. Problem solving, the process of identifying, analyzing, and resolving problems or challenges during a conversation or negotiation through critical thinking, creativity, and open communication to find practical and effective solutions. 11. Self-awareness, the conscious knowledge and understanding of one's own thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and communication style, which is important in navigating difficult conversations effectively and managing one's reactions and responses. 12. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions and the emotions of others, which is crucial in navigating difficult conversations, building rapport, and fostering effective communication. 13. Communication patterns, the habitual ways or styles of communication that individuals develop and exhibit during conversations, which can influence the dynamics, outcomes, and effectiveness of the conversation. 14. Reflective practice, the process of self-reflection and self-assessment to evaluate one's communication skills, behaviors, and outcomes from past conversations, and using those insights to improve future communication interactions. 15. Feedback, information, comments, or observations provided to individuals about their communication, behaviors, or performance during a conversation or negotiation, which can be used for self-improvement and enhancing communication skills. 16. Adaptation, the ability to adjust, modify, or flex one's communication style, approach, or strategies during a conversation or negotiation to better meet the needs and interests of the other party and enhance the chances of reaching a mutually satisfactory outcome. 17. Personal and professional settings, different contexts or environments where individuals engage in communication, including both personal, for example, family, friendships, and professional, for example, work, business, settings, which require different approaches and strategies for effective communication. 18. Effective communication, the process of conveying messages clearly, accurately, and with empathy, while also actively listening, understanding, and responding to the messages of others to achieve mutual understanding, rapport, and successful outcomes. 19. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings, perspectives, or experiences of others, by putting oneself in their shoes, and showing genuine understanding and compassion towards their emotions and thoughts during a conversation or negotiation. 20. Negotiation skills, the ability to engage in a process of discussion, bargaining, and compromise with the goal of reaching mutually satisfactory outcomes, by effectively communicating, advocating for one's interests, actively listening to others, and finding common ground to resolve conflicts or differences. Negotiation skills involve strategies and techniques to manage conflicts, build rapport, and reach win-win solutions through effective communication, problem-solving, and collaboration. 21. Chapter title Summary 1. The problem introduces the concept of difficult conversations and why they are challenging. Explores how emotions, identity, and perceptions impact conversations. 2. What happened? Discusses the importance of understanding the different perspectives and interpretations of an event or situation, and how to clarify facts and intentions. 3. Feelings explores the role of emotions in difficult conversations, how to manage emotions, and how to address emotional dynamics constructively. 4. Identity discusses how our sense of self and identity can impact conversations, and how to separate identity from the issue being discussed. 5. Getting unstuck offers strategies for getting unstuck in difficult conversations, including reframing, shifting focus, and finding common ground. 6. Habits explores the role of habitual patterns and behaviors in difficult conversations, and how to recognize and change unproductive habits. 7. Empowerment discusses how to empower yourself and others in difficult conversations by using language that promotes collaboration and problem solving. 8. Problem solving provides techniques for collaborative problem solving, including separating interests from positions, generating options, and evaluating solutions. 9. Putting it all together offers practical tips for applying the concepts and strategies discussed throughout the book in real-life difficult conversations. 10. Learning to play the game discusses the importance of learning from difficult conversations and using them as opportunities for growth and learning. Component description. Book title Difficult Conversations, How to Discuss What Matters Most. Authors Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen. Genre Self-help, communication, negotiation. Main topic Strategies and techniques for handling difficult conversations. Chapters 10 chapters covering various aspects of difficult conversations, including understanding the problem, managing emotions, clarifying intentions, separating identity from the issue, getting unstuck, changing habits, empowering oneself and others, collaborative problem solving, applying concepts in real-life conversations, and learning from difficult conversations. Key themes: understanding perspectives, managing emotions, separating identity from the issue, empowering communication, collaborative problem solving. Key concepts: emotions, identity, perceptions, reframing, shifting focus, common ground, habits, empowerment, problem solving, learning from conversations. Key techniques: clarifying facts and intentions, managing emotions, separating interests from positions, generating options, evaluating solutions, using language for collaboration and problem solving. Key lessons: importance of understanding perspectives, managing emotions, separating identity from the issue, using empowering language, and collaborating on problem solving. Application: strategies and techniques for handling difficult conversations in various personal and professional settings. Target audience: individuals seeking to improve their communication skills and navigate difficult conversations. Overall message: providing practical guidance on how to approach difficult conversations constructively for positive outcomes. Impact: helps readers develop effective communication skills and navigate challenging conversations with confidence and empathy. The key concepts and techniques. 1. Understanding the three conversations. The book introduces the concept of three conversations: the what happened conversation, focusing on facts and events; the feelings conversation, addressing emotions and perceptions; and the identity conversation, exploring how the conversation impacts one's self-identity. Understanding and navigating these three conversations is critical for handling difficult conversations effectively. 2. Listening actively. The book emphasizes the importance of active listening, which involves not just hearing the words but also understanding the underlying emotions, needs, and concerns of the other person. Active listening helps in building empathy and understanding, and facilitates more constructive conversations. 3. Managing emotions. The book provides strategies for managing one's own emotions and staying calm during difficult conversations. It highlights the role of emotions in communication and the need to acknowledge and address them in order to avoid escalation or breakdown in conversations. 4. Separating issues from identities. The book emphasizes the importance of separating the issues being discussed from the identities of the people involved. It encourages focusing on the problem at hand rather than making it personal, and finding common ground and shared interests. 5. Reframing and shifting focus. The book suggests techniques for reframing and shifting focus in difficult conversations. This involves looking at the situation from different perspectives, reframing assumptions, and shifting focus from blame to problem solving. 6. Using I statements. The book advocates for using I statements to express oneself during difficult conversations, which helps to own one's perspective without sounding accusatory or confrontational. This promotes a more constructive and non-threatening approach to communication. 7. Exploring mutual interests. The book highlights the importance of identifying and exploring mutual interests and shared goals during difficult conversations. This encourages collaborative problem solving and finding win-win solutions. 8. Preparing and planning for conversations. The book emphasizes the need for preparation and planning before engaging in difficult conversations. This includes understanding one's own goals and interests, anticipating potential challenges, and planning for effective communication strategies. 9. Learning from feedback. The book encourages learning from feedback and being open to receiving and incorporating feedback from others. This helps in improving communication skills and navigating difficult conversations more effectively in the future. 10. Practicing self-awareness. The book emphasizes the importance of self-awareness in difficult conversations, including recognizing one's triggers, biases, and communication patterns. Self-awareness helps in managing one's emotions and communication style more effectively. Understanding and managing your own emotions during difficult conversations can be challenging, but here are some tips that can help. 1. Recognize your emotions. Pay attention to your emotions and be aware of how you are feeling. It's important to acknowledge your emotions without judging yourself for having them. Recognizing your emotions is the first step towards managing them effectively. 2. Take a pause. When you feel yourself becoming emotionally charged during a difficult conversation, take a pause. Allow yourself to take a deep breath, collect your thoughts, and calm down before responding. This can help prevent impulsive reactions that may escalate the situation. 3. Name your emotions. Give a name to the emotions you are experiencing. Are you feeling angry, frustrated, sad, or anxious? Naming your emotions can help you better understand them and gain perspective. 4. Validate your emotions. It's okay to feel emotions during difficult conversations. Validate your emotions and accept them as valid reactions to the situation. Avoid suppressing or denying your emotions, as this can lead to further emotional tension. 5. Use I statements. When expressing yourself during a difficult conversation, use I statements to own your emotions and perspective. For example, say I feel, or I perceive, instead of blaming or accusing others. This can help you express yourself in a non-confrontational manner. 6. Practice active listening. Actively listen to the other person's perspective without interrupting or immediately reacting. Give them your full attention and try to understand their emotions and needs. This can help you manage your own emotions by focusing on understanding rather than reacting. 7. Manage your body language. Pay attention to your body language during difficult conversations. Try to maintain an open and relaxed posture. Avoid crossing your arms or displaying aggressive gestures, and make eye contact. Managing your body language can help you appear more composed and in control of your emotions. 8. Seek support. If you find yourself struggling to manage your emotions during difficult conversations, consider seeking support from a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist. Talking through your emotions with someone can provide you with perspective and help you manage your emotions more effectively. Remember, managing your emotions during difficult conversations is a skill that takes practice. Be patient with yourself and strive for self-awareness, as it can help you better understand and manage your emotions during challenging situations. Separating the issue from the identity of the person involved in the conversation is an important skill in handling difficult conversations effectively. Here are some tips on how to do so. 1. Focus on the problem, not the person. Instead of directing your frustration or anger towards the person, focus on the specific issue or problem at hand. Avoid personal attacks or making assumptions about the other person's character or motives. Keep the conversation centered on the facts and the issue being discussed. 2. Practice empathy. Try to understand the other person's perspective and emotions without judgment. Put yourself in their shoes and try to see the situation from their point of view. This can help you separate the person from the issue and approach the conversation with more empathy and understanding. 3. Use I statements. When expressing yourself, use I statements to communicate your thoughts, feelings, and needs without blaming or accusing the other person. For example, say I feel, or I think, instead of you always, or you never. This can help you focus on your own perspective without attacking the other person's identity. 4. Avoid labeling or name-calling. Refrain from using labels or derogatory language towards the other person. Labels such as lazy, stupid, or incompetent can escalate the situation and hinder productive communication. Stick to describing specific behaviors or actions related to the issue, rather than making judgments about the person's character. 5. Seek common ground. Look for areas of agreement or shared interests with the other person. Finding common ground can help shift the focus from personal identities to collaborative problem solving. It can also foster a more constructive and cooperative approach to the conversation. 6. Stay focused on the issue. During the conversation, continuously remind yourself to stay focused on the specific issue being discussed. Avoid bringing in past grievances or unrelated matters that can muddy the conversation and blur the line between the issue and the person involved. 7. Practice active listening. Actively listen to the other person's perspective without interrupting or dismissing their ideas. Validate their feelings and opinions, even if you disagree with them. This can help create an environment where both parties feel heard and respected, facilitating a more productive conversation. Remember, separating the issue from the identity of the person involved in the conversation requires conscious effort and self-awareness. By practicing empathy, using I statements, avoiding labeling, seeking common ground, and staying focused on the issue, you can improve your ability to handle difficult conversations in a constructive and respectful manner. Reframing and shifting focus to find common ground is a valuable strategy in difficult conversations. Here are some strategies to help you do so. 1. Identify shared interests. Look for shared interests or common goals that both parties can align with. By identifying mutual interests, you can shift the focus from conflicting positions to collaborative problem solving. This can help create a sense of teamwork and cooperation, fostering a more constructive conversation. 2. Find areas of agreement. Look for areas of agreement, even if they are small. Acknowledge and validate areas of common ground, and build upon them. This can help create a positive momentum and establish a foundation for finding solutions. 3. Use open-ended questions. Ask open-ended questions that encourage the other person to share their perspective and insights. This can help uncover common ground and create opportunities for finding areas of agreement. Avoid questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, and instead ask questions that promote deeper understanding and dialogue. 4. Use inclusive language. Use language that promotes inclusivity and collaboration, such as we, us, and our, instead of you or a. This can help create a sense of shared ownership and responsibility for finding common ground and resolving the issue. 5. Reframe the issue. Look for ways to reframe the issue or problem in a more neutral or positive light. Reframing can help shift the focus from blame or criticism to a more constructive mindset, allowing for a more productive conversation. 6. Listen actively. Actively listen to the other person's perspective and ideas without interrupting or dismissing them. Show genuine interest in their point of view and validate their feelings and opinions. This can create a conducive environment for finding common ground and building trust. 7. Look for underlying needs. Try to understand the underlying needs, motivations, and interests of both parties. Look beyond the surface-level positions or demands and try to identify the deeper needs that are driving the conversation. Finding common ground based on shared needs can help bridge differences and facilitate agreement. Remember, reframing and shifting focus to find common ground requires active engagement, empathy, and a willingness to understand the perspective of the other person. By using strategies such as identifying shared interests, finding areas of agreement, using open-ended questions, using inclusive language, reframing the issue, active listening, and looking for underlying needs, you can foster a more constructive and collaborative approach to difficult conversations. Empowering communication and problem-solving during difficult conversations is essential to navigate challenging situations effectively. Here are some strategies to empower communication and problem-solving. 1. Foster open and honest communication. Encourage open and honest communication by creating a safe and non-judgmental environment where both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings. Avoid interrupting or dismissing the other person's perspective and actively listen to what they have to say. Use effective communication skills such as paraphrasing, summarizing, and clarifying to ensure mutual understanding. 2. Practice active listening. Actively listen to the other person's perspective by paying attention to their words, tone, and nonverbal cues. Show genuine interest in their thoughts and feelings and validate their emotions and opinions. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Reflect back what you have heard to confirm your understanding and to show respect for their viewpoint. 3. Use collaborative language. Use language that promotes collaboration and problem solving, such as we, us, and our, instead of you or a. This conveys a sense of working together towards a solution and encourages a cooperative mindset. 4. Explore multiple perspectives. Encourage both parties to share their perspectives and explore different viewpoints. Encourage brainstorming and idea generation without judgment. This can help uncover new insights and possibilities for resolving the issue. 5. Focus on interests, not positions. Help shift the conversation from focusing on rigid positions to underlying interests and needs. Ask probing questions to understand the underlying motivations and concerns of both parties. By identifying shared interests and common goals, you can facilitate problem solving and find mutually beneficial solutions. 6. Generate options. Encourage the generation of multiple options for resolving the issue. Brainstorm potential solutions and alternatives without premature evaluation. Creating a wide range of options provides flexibility and increases the likelihood of finding a mutually satisfactory resolution. 7. Collaborate on solutions. Encourage collaborative problem solving by working together to find solutions that meet the needs of both parties. Be open to compromise and explore win-win solutions that can address the interests of both parties. 8. Manage emotions effectively. Recognize and manage emotions during difficult conversations. Emotions can impact communication and problem solving negatively if not addressed. Take breaks if needed, practice self-regulation techniques, and strive to maintain a calm and composed demeanor. Remember, empowering communication and problem solving during difficult conversations requires active engagement, empathy, and a cooperative mindset. By fostering open and honest communication, practicing active listening, using collaborative language, exploring multiple perspectives, focusing on interests, generating options, collaborating on solutions, and managing emotions effectively, you can enhance the effectiveness of your difficult conversations and work towards positive outcomes. To have more effective conversations, it may be helpful to reflect on your current communication style and identify any habits or patterns that could be hindering effective communication. Here are some potential areas to consider for change. 1. Interrupting or talking over others. If you tend to interrupt or talk over others during conversations, it can hinder effective communication. Practice active listening and strive to let others express their thoughts and ideas without interrupting. Wait for your turn to speak and avoid dominating the conversation. 2. Assuming or jumping to conclusions. Making assumptions or jumping to conclusions during conversations can lead to misunderstandings and miscommunication. Practice withholding judgment and seek clarification when needed. Avoid making assumptions about others' thoughts, feelings, or intentions without confirming them. 3. Avoiding difficult topics or emotions. Avoiding difficult topics or emotions can prevent meaningful conversations. Acknowledge and address difficult topics or emotions with empathy and open-mindedness. Be willing to engage in difficult conversations and actively work towards finding resolutions. 4. Using aggressive or confrontational language. Using aggressive, confrontational, or blame-oriented language can escalate conflicts and hinder effective communication. Practice using assertive and respectful language that focuses on the issue at hand rather than attacking the person. Use I statements to express your thoughts and feelings, and avoid accusatory or inflammatory language. 5. Failing to actively listen. Active listening is a critical component of effective communication. If you tend to only focus on your own thoughts or opinions during conversations, you may miss important cues and information from others. Practice active listening by giving your full attention, avoiding distractions, and showing genuine interest in what others are saying. 6. Neglecting nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can convey important messages during conversations. Pay attention to nonverbal cues from both yourself and others, and strive to align your nonverbal communication with your intended message. Be aware of how your nonverbal cues may impact the conversation. 7. Being defensive or dismissive. Being defensive or dismissive during conversations can hinder effective communication. Practice being open to feedback, acknowledging differing perspectives, and responding with curiosity and openness rather than defensiveness. Avoid dismissing others' opinions or emotions and strive to create a safe and respectful environment for communication. 8. Failing to seek clarification. Misinterpretations can occur during conversations, leading to misunderstandings. Practice seeking clarification when you are uncertain about something. Ask open-ended questions to better understand others' perspectives and avoid making assumptions. Reflecting on your current communication style and identifying areas for improvement can help you make positive changes for more effective conversations. By actively practicing active listening, avoiding interrupting or assuming, using respectful language, addressing difficult topics or emotions, being mindful of nonverbal cues, being open to feedback, seeking clarification, and fostering a cooperative and respectful communication style, you can enhance the effectiveness of your conversations and build stronger relationships with others. Applying the concepts and techniques presented in the book Difficult Conversations, How to discuss what matters most in real-life. Difficult conversations can be done through the following steps. 1. Recognize the conversation as difficult. Be aware of the signs that a conversation may be difficult, such as strong emotions, differing opinions, or potential conflicts. Acknowledge that the conversation may require special attention and preparation. 2. Prepare beforehand. Plan and prepare for the difficult conversation in advance. Clarify your own thoughts, feelings, and desired outcomes. Anticipate potential challenges and consider different perspectives. Plan your approach and choose the right time and place for the conversation. 3. Practice active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill in difficult conversations. Give your full attention to the other person, avoid interrupting, and strive to understand their perspective without judgment. Use reflective listening techniques to confirm your understanding and show empathy. 4. Use I statements. When expressing your thoughts and feelings, use I statements instead of you statements. For example, say I feel instead of you make me feel. This can help avoid blame and defensiveness and promote a more open and respectful conversation. 5. Separate issues from identities. Focus on the issues at hand rather than making it personal. Avoid attacking the other person's identity or character and strive to understand the underlying interests, needs, and concerns of both parties. 6. Find common ground. Look for areas of agreement and shared interests to build upon. Explore potential solutions and brainstorm options together. Be open to creative problem solving and collaborate towards finding mutually beneficial outcomes. 7. Manage emotions. Emotions can run high in difficult conversations. Practice emotional awareness and self-regulation. Take deep breaths, stay calm, and avoid reacting impulsively. If needed, take a break and revisit the conversation when emotions have settled. 8. Seek feedback. Be open to feedback from the other person and be willing to provide feedback constructively. This can help clarify misunderstandings, address concerns, and build mutual understanding. 9. Follow up. After the difficult conversation, follow up with any agreed-upon actions or commitments. Review the outcomes and assess if the conversation has resolved the issue or if further steps are needed. 10. Reflect and learn. Reflect on the experience and learn from it. Identify what worked well and what could be improved in future difficult conversations. Continuously develop and refine your communication skills for better outcomes in future conversations. By applying these concepts and techniques in real-life difficult conversations, you can improve your communication skills, build stronger relationships, and achieve more effective and constructive outcomes. Remember that practice and self-awareness are key to mastering the art of difficult conversations. Difficult conversations can be valuable learning opportunities that can help improve your communication skills in several ways. 1. Self-awareness. Difficult conversations can reveal your own communication patterns, triggers, and areas for improvement. Reflect on your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors during difficult conversations, and identify any patterns or habits that may impact your communication effectiveness. Use this awareness to make conscious changes and improve your communication style. 2. Active listening. Difficult conversations require active listening to truly understand the other person's perspective. Practice listening without interrupting, show empathy, and use reflective listening techniques to confirm your understanding. Learn to listen not just to respond, but to genuinely understand the other person's point of view. 3. Emotional regulation. Difficult conversations can be emotionally charged, and managing your emotions is essential for effective communication. Learn to recognize and manage your emotions during difficult conversations, such as taking deep breaths, staying calm, and avoiding impulsive reactions. Develop emotional regulation skills to prevent emotions from derailing the conversation. 4. Empathy and perspective taking. Difficult conversations often involve differing perspectives and opinions. Cultivate empathy and practice perspective taking to understand the underlying interests, needs, and concerns of the other person. This can help build trust, improve understanding, and find common ground for resolution. 5. Problem solving and negotiation. Difficult conversations often involve solving problems and reaching agreements. Learn and apply problem solving and negotiation techniques, such as generating creative solutions, brainstorming options, and finding win-win outcomes. Develop your ability to collaborate and find mutually beneficial solutions. 6. Assertiveness. Difficult conversations may require assertiveness to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and respectfully. Practice assertiveness techniques, such as using I statements, setting boundaries, and expressing yourself confidently and respectfully. Strive to be assertive without being aggressive or passive, and find a balance that promotes constructive communication. 7. Conflict resolution. Difficult conversations may involve conflicts that need resolution. Learn conflict resolution skills, such as identifying underlying issues, managing differences, and finding common ground. Develop strategies to de-escalate conflicts, build understanding, and find solutions that address the root causes of the conflict. 8. Continuous improvement. Reflect on your difficult conversations and learn from them. Identify what worked well and what could be improved in future conversations. Continuously seek feedback, assess your communication effectiveness, and make adjustments to improve your skills over time. By learning from difficult conversations and applying the lessons to your communication skills, you can become a more effective communicator, build stronger relationships, and navigate challenging conversations with confidence and grace. Remember that communication skills are developed through practice, self-awareness, and continuous improvement. Collaboration is an important aspect of effective communication during difficult conversations. Here are some strategies for collaborating with others to find mutually acceptable solutions. 1. Clarify interests. Instead of focusing on positions or demands, clarify the underlying interests, needs, and concerns of both parties. Ask open-ended questions to understand what is driving their perspective and what they hope to achieve from the conversation. This can help identify common ground and areas of potential collaboration. 2. Share information. Share relevant information openly and transparently with the other party. This can help build trust and create a collaborative environment where both parties feel comfortable sharing their perspectives and ideas. Avoid withholding information or using it as a bargaining chip, as this can hinder collaboration. 3. Brainstorm options. Encourage open and creative brainstorming of potential solutions. Generate the wide range of options without evaluating or judging them initially. Allow for free-flowing idea generation and encourage input from both parties. This can help foster a collaborative mindset and expand the range of possible solutions. 4. Evaluate options together. Once a list of potential options has been generated, evaluate them together with the other party. Discuss the pros and cons of each option, and consider how they align with the underlying interests and concerns of both parties. Look for options that can meet the needs of both parties to create mutually acceptable solutions. 5. Seek win-win outcomes. Look for win-win outcomes where both parties can benefit and find satisfaction. Avoid a win-lose or zero-sum mindset, where one party gains at the expense of the other. Collaborative solutions aim to create value and find common ground that addresses the needs of both parties. 6. Test proposals. Once potential solutions are identified, test them with the other party to see if they are mutually acceptable. Seek feedback and input, and be willing to iterate and refine proposals based on the feedback received. This can help ensure that the final solution is acceptable to both parties. 7. Maintain open communication. Throughout the process, maintain open and honest communication with the other party. Encourage them to share their concerns, ideas, and perspectives. Avoid defensive or confrontational language and strive to create a safe space for open communication. Actively listen and demonstrate empathy towards their concerns. 8. Focus on common goals. During difficult conversations, it's important to keep the focus on common goals or shared interests. By aligning on a common purpose, both parties can work together towards finding mutually acceptable solutions. Remember, collaboration requires active effort and a mindset of mutual problem solving. It may require compromise and flexibility, but the goal is to find solutions that are mutually acceptable and meet the interests of both parties. By fostering a collaborative approach, you can increase the chances of finding constructive and lasting resolutions during difficult conversations. Applying the principles of the book Difficult Conversations, How to Discuss What Matters Most by Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen in various personal and professional settings can help improve communication outcomes. Here are some tips on how to apply the principles. 1. Reflect on your own communication style. Take a critical look at your own communication style and habits. Identify any patterns or behaviors that may hinder effective communication during difficult conversations, such as interrupting, avoiding, or getting defensive. Reflect on how you can improve your communication style to create a more conducive environment for constructive conversations. 2. Practice active listening. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken, but also understanding the underlying interests, emotions, and concerns of the other party. Practice active listening by giving your full attention, avoiding interruptions, and asking open-ended questions to better understand their perspective. This can help build trust and create a foundation for effective communication. 3. Separate issues from identities. Recognize that during difficult conversations, emotions and identities may be at play. Strive to separate the issues from the identities of the people involved. Focus on the interests, needs, and concerns being discussed rather than making personal judgments or assumptions about the other party. 4. Use I statements. When expressing your own perspective, use I statements to convey your thoughts and feelings without sounding accusatory or confrontational. For example, say I feel or I think instead of you always or you never. This can help prevent defensiveness and encourage open dialogue. 5. Find common ground. Look for areas of common ground or shared interests that can serve as a basis for collaboration. Explore potential areas of agreement and build on them to find mutually acceptable solutions. This can help shift the conversation from a confrontational mode to a problem-solving mode. 6. Use reframing techniques. Reframe the conversation by shifting the focus from positions or demands to underlying interests and concerns. Reframe the language used to be more neutral and less charged, and seek to understand the other party's perspective. This can help create a more constructive and collaborative tone in the conversation. 7. Generate multiple options. Encourage the generation of multiple options and solutions during the conversation. Avoid getting stuck on a single solution or being attached to a particular outcome. Be open to exploring different possibilities and brainstorming creative solutions together with the other party. 8. Test proposals and seek feedback. Test potential solutions with the other party and seek their feedback. Be open to receiving input and be willing to iterate and refine proposals based on the feedback received. This can help ensure that the final solution is acceptable to both parties and has a higher chance of being implemented. 9. Practice self-awareness. Be aware of your own emotions, triggers, and biases during difficult conversations. Practice self-regulation and emotional intelligence to manage your own emotions and responses effectively. Be mindful of your communication style and strive to communicate in a calm, respectful, and constructive manner. 10. Apply the principles in various settings. The principles of effective communication during difficult conversations can be applied in various personal and professional settings, such as in workplace conflicts, negotiations, family discussions, and other challenging situations. Practice applying the principles in different contexts to improve your communication outcomes and build stronger relationships. Remember that improving communication outcomes during difficult conversations takes practice and effort. It may not always be easy, but by applying the principles from the book in different situations, you can develop better communication skills and navigate difficult conversations with more confidence and success. Epilogue. As I reflect on the lessons learned from difficult conversations, How to Discuss What Matters Most by Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen, I realize how much my communication skills have improved. The principles and techniques presented in the book have become ingrained in my approach to challenging conversations, both in my personal and professional life. I have learned the importance of separating issues from identities, and how reframing conversations can help shift the focus from positions to underlying interests. I have practiced active listening, striving to understand not just the words being spoken, but also the emotions and concerns behind them. I have become more mindful of my own communication style, using I statements, and avoiding accusatory language. One of the key takeaways from the book has been the value of finding common ground and collaborating to seek mutually acceptable solutions. I have learned to generate multiple options and to test proposals with the other party, seeking feedback and being open to refining my solutions based on their input. I have also recognized the importance of self-awareness and emotional intelligence in managing my own emotions during difficult conversations, allowing me to respond more effectively and constructively. The impact of applying the principles from the book has been evident in my relationships. I have seen improved communication outcomes, reduced conflicts, and increased trust and understanding. I have been able to resolve challenging situations with more confidence and success, and I have found that difficult conversations can be opportunities for growth and learning. The journey of mastering effective communication during difficult conversations has not been without its challenges. There have been moments of frustration, discomfort, and setbacks. However, the lessons learned from the book have been invaluable in guiding me through those challenges and helping me navigate through difficult conversations with greater skill and grace. As I move forward, I am committed to continuing to apply the principles from the book in various personal and professional settings. I am eager to further hone my communication skills and to continue learning from every difficult conversation I encounter. I am grateful for the insights gained from difficult conversations, how to discuss what matters most, and I am confident that the lessons learned will continue to serve me well in my ongoing pursuit of effective communication and positive relationships. Answer key from review questions on page 1. 1. Separating the issue from the identity of the person involved in the conversation involves focusing on the problem or topic at hand without making it personal or attacking the individual. It requires keeping an objective mindset and refraining from personal attacks or assumptions. 2. Strategies for reframing and shifting focus in difficult conversations include actively seeking common ground, looking for shared interests or goals, and exploring possible solutions that meet the needs of all parties involved. This may involve brainstorming, exploring alternative options, and being open to creative problem solving. 3. Actively listening and seeking to understand the emotions and concerns behind the words being spoken involves paying attention to not only the words but also the tone, body language, and nonverbal cues of the speaker. It requires empathy and compassion, and being willing to acknowledge and validate the emotions and concerns of the other person. 4. Managing one's own emotions during difficult conversations is crucial for effective communication. It involves recognizing and regulating one's own emotional responses, staying calm and composed, and avoiding impulsive or reactive behavior. It may also involve using techniques such as deep breathing, taking breaks when needed, and practicing self-reflection to gain control over one's emotions. 5. The principles of collaborative problem-solving and seeking mutually acceptable solutions include focusing on interests rather than positions, exploring win-win options, and seeking common ground. It involves looking for solutions that meet the needs and interests of all parties involved, rather than trying to win or lose the conversation. 6. Practicing self-awareness and emotional intelligence in communication style involves being mindful of one's own emotions, triggers, and communication patterns. It requires understanding and managing one's own emotions effectively, being aware of one's communication style, and adjusting it as needed to ensure effective communication. 7. Changing communication habits or patterns may involve identifying and addressing any negative communication patterns, such as interrupting, talking over others, or being defensive. It may also involve practicing active listening, using open-ended questions, and being mindful of one's tone and body language. 8. Applying the concepts and techniques from the book in real-life situations involves actively practicing and implementing the strategies and techniques learned during difficult conversations. This may include being intentional about using active listening, reframing, and collaborative problem-solving techniques in real-life interactions. 9. Learning from difficult conversations involves reflecting on the outcomes and lessons learned from each interaction. It may involve self-reflection, seeking feedback from others, and identifying areas for improvement in communication skills. Using these lessons, one can continually improve their communication skills and approach to difficult conversations. 10. Applying the principles of the book in various personal and professional settings involves adapting the concepts and techniques to different situations and contexts. This may include using the principles in workplace negotiations, family discussions, or other interpersonal interactions where effective communication is essential for positive outcomes.